Welcome back, everybody. I'm Naha, and this is 30 Days of Tarot. And it's so bright and early that I'm up filming today that my kitties aren't even awake yet. So we're going to actually be opening up two decks today, and these are two decks that I was gifted, and it's been a year since I received these. They came to me from Southern Oregon from a very, very dear friend of mine. Her name's Meilani, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about her and all that she does and offers. But let's go ahead and get right into these since we're going to look at two, and these are actually two sister decks, and they come from the creator at Leela and Olive. And these are called the OPHIDIA Rosa Tarot and the Pythia Botanica Oracle. So Leela and Olive is an artist-run line of botanical talismans, illustrated by hand with an eye towards mysticism. And the creator's name is Nicole Rallis, and she is a New York-based artist. But you wouldn't really think New York when you look at photos and everything that's on this website. She has pictures of her beautiful garden, all of the roses that she grows and other flowers, and it's just gorgeous. I mean, when I think of New York, I think of the city. Obviously, I guess I'm thinking of Manhattan, New York City, or even the surrounding areas. So I don't know where exactly she lives, but it's obviously gorgeous and not in the middle of the urban sprawl. The photography on her website is so visually stunning that if these decks convey even a little bit of that, I can't wait because it's just so beautiful. First, let's look at this one, the Ophidia Rosa Tarot, with this beautiful box. At the back it says, an intuitive tarot, a tool for guidance, transformation, and wanderlust in the natural realm. And this came out last year, 2017. And here is a little fold out. It has a single statement about every card. And right off the bat, I can see that the statements that she made here are very, very unique. And I will say that the words that she wrote on her website, this is not just an amazing botanist and an artist. She is an amazing writer too. So I just want to give you an example. Let's look at the Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles. Lunar phases are moving you and everything around you. Two of Pentacles, gather the parts that were meant to be whole. Three of Pentacles, a friction of energy, hard work, and behold, a spark. Aren't those beautiful statements about the cards? Oh, this is going to be very useful, I feel. So here's the deck. And it has gold edges. I don't know if this is a deck that originated on Kickstarter or not. I don't remember seeing it there. But it has that same kind of high quality that you see from some of those individually artist-produced decks. Here is the back, and you can see the expression, of course, of transformation and the garden together. And the first card here being the Fool, you can see the background. It's hand illustrated, but it's almost like this water-stained paper for the background. These cards have a really good silky texture as well. And here's the Magician. We can see the Ouroboros there. The High Priestess with her moon. So although we have these images of flowers, we still see elements that convey what the majors are. The pomegranate's a symbol of feminine magic and fertility. There's the Emperor, a little bit spikier. She says, the Ophidia Rosa Tarot came to be over a year-long period, cared for and pondered through 4 seasons of natural change. Framed by the tarot's ancient tradition and structure, my botanical world, full of such transformation from the soil to the seedling, the sprout and the bloom, placed an emphasis on change bursting forth all around me. There's strength. Now, I don't know enough about flowers to be able to identify what these individual flowers are. I feel like that's something that might be useful, and maybe even having a companion book of flowers. That might be something that I would be able to find in the Barbara Walker books, or maybe in the herbal books that I have. So I do have a whole little section in my library on herbs and herbal medicine and things of that nature. This is beautiful, the star. And I like the fact that they have just this very subtle coloration, just a little identifier on each of these. Oh, I love that. There's the world. All right, let's look at the minors. Beginning with the suit of cups, she says, since I was young, the need to cultivate plants, to feel the soil in my hands, and the warm sun gleam through the sprinkle of the hose, to watch in amazement as the seeds turn to sprouts, then to plants and blooms, has been essential to my own personal growth. Being amongst plants is where I am at most peace, most evergreen, most purely myself, the most cherished part of my world, where botanicals and divination meet, from the garden to the cards. There we see the Ten of Cups, forming the Vesica Piscis. And then we have the court cards, the Knight, this kind of wing here, the Queen and the King. I don't know that I would be using these for doing full readings and spreads. I feel like these would serve me most from single card spreads, altar work, talismans. They definitely would take a lot of working with to be able to identify the images right off the bat without having to refer to the number and the suits. Because there doesn't seem to be, unless I'm just not seeing it, any kind of determining symbolism that's consistent between each suit. Maybe if we look at the borders, let's see. No, the borders are the same on all the cards. You know, it's very common that when I'm doing these unboxings, there's just so many things that I don't see because I'm just looking for the first time, and I'm also looking through the camera lens. Oh, I love that. The Page of Wands, the moths and little crystals growing here. And there's so many times when I'm watching the videos back and then I go, oh God, how did I not notice this totally obvious detail or this theme running throughout that I just don't pick up on my very first glance? Here we actually do see a sword there on the Ace of Swords. That's pretty. The little spikes there. Okay, I'm seeing now the suit of swords. They have these little kind of spiky aspects. Oh, the snake bones. She goes on to say, something magical happens when you fuse divination and intuition with all that grows green. From a deeper awareness of the plant life around you, a bond between Mother Earth, the body, the spirit, and our intention is born. The Ophidia Rosa is about transformation, the movement of crescent bodies into full moons, the renewal of childlike wonder from weary grown full forms. It's a very visceral form of tarot, and one that requires digging deep into the garden with all of the twists and turns and dirt one might encounter among those thorns and worms and seeds and leaves. Now we're looking at the pentacles. They're very, very beautiful. But like I said, I feel like a little bit is lost on the fact that I can't just easily identify what the flowers are. And I feel like that's something I would have loved to see maybe in a companion book so that I can learn a little bit more about maybe why she would have chose these specific images. But like I said, I do love what she's written and the ideas that she's given. So we'll draw some cards when we're all done, but let's take a look at this second deck. Now this is the Oracle deck. This is the Pythia Botanica Oracle. And she says, the Ophidia Rosa Tarot and the Pythia Botanica Oracle deck both took root around the same time. Inspired by the intersection of my life with plants and mythology, art, and a myriad of energies I had yet to fully understand. Isn't that crazy that she put out both of these decks basically at the same time? It looks like this one came out earlier, so this one's 2016. And this is a deck of 48. But wow, that's pretty impressive that she could get 2 decks out like this in 2 years. And, oh, this is cool. So we do get an actual guidebook with this one. Along with that, she has done exactly what I was just asking for. I'll show you guys in a minute. So this is the Pythia Botanica Oracle. And go ahead and take a look at the back of these. It has the same gold, beautiful edges, and the back is similar yet different. There's the comparison. So, you know, these cards could be used together, and oracle cards and tarot cards used in combination is definitely a thing. This first one says enchant, and it says cinquefoil. Now I know cinquefoil, I'm not sure I'm saying it right, but I know that that's the name of a flower. That must be what this is. And enchant must be the keyword. Errant repose, henbane. And begin forever, nasturtium. So I'll go ahead and show you guys these. So see, she's not only given a keyword, poised stardust, which I don't even know if I'd call that a keyword. That's like a poetic concept, cosmos. And she's given the name of the flower, magnolia, and the words here, take root. So I just noticed in the book, she goes through. So here we have, for instance, hyssop, and its word is cleanse. And so it has an entry. Hyssop is cleanse when spiritual infection may pervade, though perhaps not yet show a symptom. Find space to inoculate your shelter from contagion. Burn the past to distill your purest elixir. So here she gives the name of the plant, the flower or herb, along with the words, and that's perfect. That's exactly what I was hoping she would do. So this actually might help me in the other deck to be able to identify a little bit more what we see here. Oh, I recognize this. This is mandrake, the root of which has been used for magical purposes, talismans, and is said to look like the form of a little man, like these are two legs there. There's the narcissus, and it says, look away. I feel like she is choosing very, very unique concepts for this oracle, and that's very refreshing. I guess I've never really thought about it that much, but it does feel that oracle decks kind of have the same basic sort of words on them, the same virtues or qualities or attributes, things that we want to manifest. But Blackthorn, this one says invert fear. They're just really a departure from the norm. And I find that to be what really makes this as an oracle stand apart. The artwork's beautiful, the quality of the cards is really good, but I really do feel with this oracle deck that it is these very, very interesting words. This one says sorcerer's violet, and it's periwinkle. All right, well, there's quite a few more, but I'd like to go ahead and draw some cards. So let's do a 3-card spread, shall we? You guys can go ahead and take a minute to just center yourselves. So we'll draw 2 cards from the tarot and 1 card from the oracle. And the 2 tarot cards that we'll draw will be an expression or a message about something inner and a message about something outer. So something that's within us and something that's maybe external or around us. And then we'll use the oracle card to get a message about what it is that connects them. Yeah? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and turn you guys down here. So let's go ahead and shuffle. And as you get centered, you can just go ahead and take a few nice big deep breaths as we ask the guides for a message about what is going on inwardly, outwardly, and what is it that connects those 2 things. And we'll go ahead and shuffle the oracle. And I'm not going to use reversals today. We'll just go ahead and take a look at these cards upright. So I'm going to cut both decks. And take a look. Something inner, something outer, and what connects them. Okay, our inner card. Wheel of Fortune. Telling of an expansion that's going on within us. Something that's beginning from a center point and spiraling outward. The turning of a tide, the turning over of a new leaf. and a clarity and an awareness of what we have already completed and what it's going to be time now to move on from. And what's going on outwardly. We have the Ace of Wands. New opportunities are around us. Wow, what really nice messages we've pulled here. So we see that we're ready for a new cycle and something bigger. Wheel of Fortune carrying that energy of Jupiter allows for things to be beyond what the patterns of the past have been, to go from the inner rings of the wheel to the outer rings. And the Ace of Wands is the spark of opportunity, which we can get started in this new cycle and really start off on the right foot from a place of purpose, from a place of spiritual inspiration, rather than proceeding forward without really being mindful of those things. So we can make choices that are aligned with something that's more purposeful in life, and in that way derive more fulfillment from what it is that we do. Now let's take a look from the Oracle at what it is that connects these two things together. So this card says sea change, and the flower is Protea. Now, sea change, that's like the changing tides, right? I'm going to turn these around so that you guys can look at them from your perspective. So this to me speaks to the connecting factor being a change in emotions, a change in feelings about what's going on within us and without us, and maybe a greater receptivity to accept the things than the opportunities that are around us, and the readiness that we can bring to that as cycles end and new things begin. So let's go ahead and look in the guidebook to see what her ideas are for these cards. Wheel of Fortune, from harvest to bloom, July to next June, we roll through our journey as we plant and we prune. Ace of Wands, sprawling growth lurks among sullen truths. Push through the soil, set out, and take root. And sea change. Protea is sea change, reminding readers of transformations too powerful to recast. Accept weakness, buoy yourself atop the current, and heed the prevailing tempest. The wind will call you by a new name. Wow. I'm hearing a release of fear that one might not be ready, or one might not be good enough, or some kind of doubt about this new beginning. And I think this card is encouraging you to say, you may not feel ready, but you are ready. You won't fully understand it until you begin. Wow, guys. Well, pretty powerful messages, don't you think? So I wanted to just take one last moment before we wrap up this video to tell you a little bit about the amazing woman that sent me these cards. As I said, her name's Meilani, and she's a practitioner of Thai massage. She lives in Southern Oregon, but she's constantly traveling. She studied extensively in body work, in herbal and Thai and Ayurvedic medicine, in yoga, both here and abroad. She teaches donation-based yoga and workshops on herbalism and Thai massage. And you can find out a lot more about her on her website, Beija Flor, which I will link down below, as well as link the Layla Olive website, where you can buy both the Pythia Botanica Oracle and the Ophidia Rose Tarot deck. So, Meilani, if you're watching, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for gifting me these two beautiful decks. To the rest of you, I thank you so much for being here once more. I appreciate you guys so much. Go ahead and remember to leave a like. And if you're new here, go ahead and subscribe. Join the family. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.